And so, with the ink not even dry on every entertainment news outlet's pre-written headlines positing the impending end of the superhero era following the long-awaited underperformance of a Marvel feature with behind-the-camera pedigree the media is eager to hang a loss on for reasons, the equally predetermined question in the prescribed narrative now turns to what may come next in terms of branded trends and eras we're assured we are participating in. Something new, something different, some wholly unexpected paradigm shift heralding total realignment of the industry and/or medium as a whole, or perhaps an immediate pivot back a decade or so to this self-serious, preachy YA pablum. Self-serious, preachy YA pablum it is. Yes, apparently that goofy ginger Richmond, rich man, whatever doofus singing about how people on food stamps don't get to snack somehow didn't do the job of rehabilitating the image of coal country class warfare American style, so now I guess we're taking Katniss out of mothballs to try and remind Generation Z that blue-collar cosplay insurrection can be cool if it's, pretty. Except technically Katniss is only here in spirit, and near-endless winking, hey remember the previous movie's flash-forward reference this time, since Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is actually a prequel, and despite the nigh-relentless publicity focus on rising star Rachel Zegler as girl this time only metaphorically on fire, the real main character is Tom Blythe as Coriolanus Snow, a handsome young charisma vacuum who will one day grow up to be Donald Sutherland's evil president character from the previous movies. So hey, yeah, a Start of Darkness bad guy origin prequel where we learn how tragic circumstance, absurdly convoluted political machinations, and a doomed love story apparently caused a popular sci-fi franchise compelling main villain to evolve out of a tall, moody sad boy with the personality of driftwood. What could possibly go wrong there?
I don't like sand.
If you successfully memory hold the original movies better than I ever managed to, our setting here is generic dystopia Art Deco commie Nazi template, aka Panem, where the capital, featuring the rich, rule over the districts, featuring the poor, where everything kinda the sucks because of a recent civil war that the districts lost, but at least they didn't go all Fahrenheit 451 dystopia and ban all the books, except probably Stephen King's The Running Man, so nobody has to learn that they could be appearing in a better version of these movies. Anyway, our twisteroo for the prequel is it turns out there are indeed poor people in the capital itself, and Snow himself was one of them. His dad was in the military, they lost all their money, he needs to get into college to rebuild the family fortune, etc., etc. His application gets derailed when it's decided that the then still new-ish Hunger Games, the yearly blood sport, where forced volunteer children from the defeated districts are made to fight to the death in arena combat, now need to be coached by mentors from the capital's elite, and being these mentors gets turned into the essay portion of his graduating class's dystopia studies track SATs, because you see, elite institutional admissions are also like child blood sport, but that the upper class plays within its own ranks. Get it? Do you get it? It's really, really subtle.
Message!
Whatever. The main story is that Snow's mentee is Zegler as Lucy Gray Baird, a tribute from District 12, the one they shoot in the coal factory set with the blue-gray filter on the lens where Katniss was from in the first movie, who inspires him and eventually everyone else to realize that being colorful, free-spirited, defiant, and understanding how to be good on camera can be weaponized just as well as actual weapons for winning the propaganda side of the games by pretty much showing up already being colorful, free-spirited, defiant, and good on camera, complete with coming soon to Spirit Halloween rainbow dress, her own workshopped one-woman revolutionary catchphrases, and just give me a guitar, I've got this songbook and stage presence. And all joking aside, the gimmick of making her the total opposite of the previous heroine, where Katniss started off as a killing machine who had to learn how to chew with her mouth shut and smile for the camera to work the crowd, Lucy practically has superhuman influencer powers and can find her mark and or nearest camera on the fly, but isn't a killer and doesn't want to fight anybody. Yeah, that works. It's unexpected, a clever subversion, and they see it through. Look, I've never liked these fucking movies. I found this one to be every bit the dreary chore that the others were, but this works, and Zegler is really good in this. I'll be honest, I'm 42, so I really don't know why I was supposed to know who she was, or why the gross fanboy media apparatus and the regular media apparatus have been telling me I'm supposed to dislike her for 2 years now. Like, seriously, not joking here. Old man. Don't know. Not a clue. Did she, rob somebody or assassinate the leader of some place? No clue. But she's easily the best part of this snoozer and clearly talented as all hell. Not just in comparison to the absolute non-entity of a leading man, she's kind of has to carry through most of their scenes together. Let's be really clear about this. The whole nobody in this propaganda dystopia ever once considered put pretty girl in flowery outfit who can sing on TV show that will make more people watch the TV show than before is the second dumbest thing in this already very dumb franchise, exceeded only by the conceptual framing of having your main heroine actually belt her enemies into acquiescence with the power of song, because I guess we've already decided that the original movies, yes kids, you can subscribe your way to genuine socio-political change wish fulfillment fantasy was too subtle at this point, and it only actually comes close to working because she sells that this complete nonsense is working, which could not have been easy. Like, there's this whole big, this clip will be replayed because it's a song number and we're doing symbolism moment in this, where the staging is so goofy and in contrast with how serious the framing and score are telling us to take it, that they should honestly give her some kind of award for keeping a straight face, because I couldn't, and all I had to do was watch the goddamn thing.
I was born a snake handler and I'll die a snake handler.
Unfortunately, the double-edged sword to this Hunger Games story being, for now at least, a one and done is that it keeps fucking going after that, because we're speedrunning the idealism to activism to both sides bad actually arc of the first four. So just when you think it's over, there's a whole other fourth act to the thing, so Snow can learn the rebels can be jerks too, and get cynical and start on his way to being full bad guy because we're making some low-effort, low-reward points about the intersection of class and culture. Somebody decided making the movie what feels like 30 to 40 minutes longer than it should be, and shunting the only compelling character into the background was a good idea, and somebody was incorrect about that. The problem remains that whereas Zegler is doing a lot with very broadly drawn hippie muse tempts the handsome officer archetype straight out of the cheesy pulp romance the franchise keeps insisting it's more than, Blythe is supposed to be the complicated character we're spending way too much time with, and instead he's just confusing, and it doesn't help that he's got the same star power as a Formica countertop. It's never clear why he's doing what he's doing unless it's explicitly spelled out, usually by the murderer's row of better actors dragged in to deliver, as you know, Mr. Snow monologues filling in his backstory, and that only makes it make less sense. Sure, it's fun to see Peter Dinklage stalk around scheming morosely, zonked out on sci-fi drugs, and Viola Davis going all bug nuts, I'm an EGOT now, so nobody can tell me not to do it like this, mad scientist part, and Hunter Schafer's on hand in a very good role that, okay, I'll be honest, it completely flew past me that she's supposed to be another person we've already seen in the originals as well, and that's why they keep saying her full name, but she's good here as a character who's supposed to help humanize the lead, and it's not her fault they needed a better actor playing the lead to do that, and that's before it starts dropping last-minute twists about the Snow family, his father, the origins of the games, and things that make absolutely no sense, even in a deliberately contradictory way. At a certain point, I'd counted 5 natural stopping points where I fully expected 5 different other actors to do a master villain reveal skulk out of the shadows going, so now you see this was the real games all along, boy, or something like that, which still would have been stupid, but at least would have been consistent. The most I can say on the positive side is that it mostly doesn't look terrible, since they've once again stuck with the franchise mainstay director Francis Lawrence, who stepped in after part 1 with the bold take of, okay, but what if everything didn't look like ass? The action stuff is appropriately brutal, if infrequently less than convincing in the compositing department once they get to the actual games, and they've certainly doubled down on the poor, sickly kids murdering each other business, especially at least one. Are they really gonna? Oh, okay, they really are gonna. That actually made me, impressed doesn't feel like the appropriate reaction so much as, okay, yeah, wow, fuck you, movie, but I guess I'm impressed at the willingness to draw a fuck you out of me. Look, I never liked these. I find them preachy and boring, which is a lethal combination as far as I'm concerned. There's a reason they hold pep rallies and not pep sermons. So, like, the origins of preachy and boring before everyone started dressing like Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element, and you're mostly following a character who isn't interesting, played by a guy who can't make you care, and the actual interesting co-star is only really the middle part of the movie, it just doesn't sell for me. But I've always been in the minority on these. I'm sure the fans are waiting to tell me how wrong I am, but this is a 4 out of 10. Can we just not do another 4 of these, though? Pretty please?